welcome back to D&D with Filthy and Friends for our one-off. Up till now, we have managed to turn left. So let's get going. So you guys saw something, or rather, Kevin saw something, maybe. And you guys have prepared yourself for the potential of an ambush. And what do? So put the torches in as Sean's character jams torches and jams another torch in and runs back. And Kevin's come back and explain what's happening. What are you and Joe doing? Steve and Joe doing for preparing for this?
I would draw my rapiers and plant my feet in the light since I don't have any dark vision or anything.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shillelaga on.
Shillelaga.
Sorry. I'm gonna cast Shillelaga on my staff.
Okay.
And adopt a combat pose.
I suppose I can cast protection from evil on myself. Well, I would ask beforehand if it felt like it was an evil or a good presence.
Shillelaga is just a cantrip. I'm not using resources yet.
I know what it is. Oh, you're probably talking Joe.
Are we staying here for the night? What are you guys doing?
You said that death was coming for us here.
Preparing for battle.
Well, just it attacked me and then disappeared into the dark. I am not convinced that it's coming to this spot so much as it is coming for us in general.
Was it pretty or was it ugly?
It was horrific.
Hey, you ugly bastard. Do you want some of me?
How loud do you say that, John?
Not like a full-on yell, but loud enough that anything within 100 foot of the cave can hear me.
Okay.
Thus endeth the campaign.
I am the blue one.
That's especially nice. Thanks.
Okay.
Listen.
You say that, you yell that, and up until now, it's been almost totally silent as you come down. The only noises you've heard are the noises of your other party members and yourselves moving through. And this whole place is just, it's a little moist, a little bit damper as you get deeper and it gets warmer. The walls are this kind of matted, goopy substance. That some of it's dry, some of it's a little bit moister still. And as you yell this, the sound doesn't sound right. It almost seems to get absorbed into the wall as you're saying this, as you shout this. It just sounds dead. It sounds like not the reverberations you'd expect in a space of this size. And your words just kind of literally fall flat in the air as you're doing this, and nothing happens. How long do you hold this combat pose? How long do you wait for? Maybe
the
10
good
seconds
news.
You shouted that.
The good news is that no one will hear us scream.
In Conwiskin, no one can hear you scream.
Shall we move on?
Well, Shillelaga lasts for a minute, I think, so I'm good for a minute.
Shillelaga.
All right. 45 seconds have passed.
Uh,
44 seconds have passed.
Wait.
He's reversing time by swinging that
God.
All right. Your staff reverts to a staff, Steve.
I think that perhaps they are afraid of me and we should continue to look for them.
I think you are absolutely correct. Maintain your position in front, and we will wait. Not wait here. We will follow behind, I promise. Pinky swear.
and there's been no sign of actual boots anywhere in any of these forks. Nobody walking. No.
low light, poor visibility. You've seen again disturbed earth, but nothing that you can clearly see as like a precise track,
All right.
and nothing bootish for sure. Okay.
I got no ideas. Have you guys got a different suggestion than keep looking? Like we could like go back to one of these chambers, make a campfire, put up some traps, and like eventually somebody's going to stumble on us.
That is
Reasonable
probably
idea.
true.
We could
We go back.
also just set a fire at the mouth of the cave and Dan would die, but everything in the cave would probably asphyxiate.
Would we go back to the room with all the bones, or would we just pick a random?
I feel like if we're going to save our comrade Dan, well, I don't remember this guy. If we're going to save him-
No, I've never met Dan.
Yeah, you guys don't know Dan. Dan
Oh.
is a constable of this town, and you are kind of many levels up the food chain in terms of your authority. And you have been sent to this town to do something, and he's missing.
Oh, right. I remember now. Yes.
Perhaps we
okay.
should just return to town and tell them that Dan's gone.
I think they know that Dan is gone. That's why we're here.
Well, that will make us more trustworthy if we're telling them something they know to be true.
I believe that he means that he is forever gone rather than temporarily gone.
Oh. Is that what you mean?
Well,
He is deceased. He is passed on. He is going to stayed with the daughter of the night.
nothing is so final as being eaten by spider ant creatures, I suppose.
What about the fleas?
Poisonous fleas. Acid spitting poisonous fleas.
Terrifying.
Those are the most dangerous kind of these.
Are those in
Not
the
so good
circus
in-
too?
This is the reason that we can't actually sit around a campfire because I'll end up having to kill all y'all. We should probably keep going.
I think that is a very good idea. Please don't hit me with your stuff.
Excuse me. Thank you, Sissini, for the $10 donation to my channel. Much appreciated. I'll mute my donations now for the remainder of the recording. All right.
It's always weird when that happens offline. I've had that happen as I'm recording videos before. I'm like, shit. It's appreciated, but strange. All right. Moving forward again, or going back to
I
the
don't know.
cave. I
Yeah.
didn't hear what you guys came up with.
I don't know that we actually came to any resolution. I was just being a shit.
I think
I
moving
actually
forward
really
is
like
still
the
okay.
idea of just sitting in a room and
You wanna
waiting
sit
to
in a
see
room?
if
You wanna?
something happens. Well, we're walking a long way underground right now.
We're getting further and further.
Our method of getting back above ground is questionable, and we are starting to feel mental effects from being underground. So if we could work
No,
out
only
what
the
was
smart
happening,
ones are having mental issues.
That's true.
Is it
the
questionable?
wise
Don't
ones.
you just
I'm
take
not
rights?
smart. I'm not smart. We just take rights to
The
get
wise
back.
ones. Sorry, the wise ones.
Right. So I mean, so we
I don't know if there was ever like a 3-pronged fork or something. I don't know.
our biggest problem is that if they should decide to attack us, there are many forks that they can cut off our retreat. If there were half as many forks between, that might be better.
You have it backwards. There are many
didn't-
forks that they can retreat through. That's our issue.
That also.
I did not bring enough supplies to stay in here indefinitely.
Yeah, that's also a problem.
Yeah, looking at my pack right now, I only have rations for
200
7
days.
months. Oh.
It's about the same time you run out of breath. So what's the decision?
We keep moving. We have to keep moving.
Do we want to continue to go deeper, however, or do we want to back up and try a different strategy?
I think strategy is still sound, personally.
Sometimes I
Eventually we
find
will-
that going in and out and perhaps moving around a little bit as I do Gets the best effect. Wouldn't you say, Reverend?
Rather than just pushing forward continuously and never any retreat at all.
Is that how you always handle cave situations?
I look forward to more time with you, Reverend.
Are these caves that you explore with the in and out motions as difficult to traverse as this one?
It's amazing what coin will get you.
It really is.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's go into the deep.
Okay.
Since you're in charge, we can do that.
All right. You move a little further down, continuing through this windy tunnel system till eventually you enter a room that this one is unlike. Most of the other ones have been two-way forks. You've come up to a circular chamber with 6 forking paths.
Fucking paths.
Yeah. What? You're gonna have to use. I mean, you can take your just go to the left strategy again, but if you're doing that, I need to know.
I'm extremely excited about the possibility of some death happening in this room.
Can I please have 1 second? I will walk around this room. I want to go and check all the other doors and see what I can see before this room is disturbed. See if there's activity at each one of these areas, if there's anything unique about each one of any of these passages.
Okay.
So you're asking the rest of us to stay out?
Not necessarily stay out, just don't fuck anything up.
Like, don't stab the walls with lanterns or yell really loud or anything.
I mean, I feel like this has now gotten personal.
I start to feel a little bit sick from the web sort of stuff that I ate earlier, and I'm just starting to feel a little bit ill. That's all I'm saying. As you start to inspect this pristine room.
I will carefully walk to the center of the room and use perception and kind of just try to feel and listen and ignore all the goings on and try to actually just.
Okay. So you walk into the center of the room, close your eyes, sit there stilly and listening. As Sean actually starts looking around, and Sean finds a piece of what could be some sort of armor. It's a torn piece of a leather tunic in to the third tunnel from the left. So of the 6, if you think of it as a circle with 6 tunnels, there's the one on the far left, and then 2 over from that. There's a piece of this jerkin. You hear and sense nothing except that persistent kind of pressure almost in your head.
I want to walk up to the Reverend and tap him sort of on the side of the waist and ask, could you describe the creatures at the top? Did you see enough of it to inform of its visual?
It was like bald like the top of my head, except it had teeth right there in the bald part. It's like a top of a head facing you, like a bald head, like a shiny, like chitinous, shiny head with teeth in front of it.
Is that something that I would know from my figured enemy, or no? Would that be enough information?
Yeah, I think you would probably have some sense of this. This is favorite enemy. That's an interesting interaction of that. I thought there's probably have to be some history there, wouldn't there? Okay, yeah. You've heard of creatures that would meet that that description. There's maybe a couple, but it seems most likely that this is talking about a specific species. It's an invasive foreign species, very aggressive, very dangerous. If it's the one you're thinking of, those decisions you guys have kind of come to. The idea is that acid is involved, that this might be a hive. All that rings pretty true if that's what if this is the creature that you think it is.
Okay. I will whenever we get back together without having to yell all that information, I'll share that as we gather back up before we go any further.
Just quickly, Kevin, as you close your eyes and kind of are standing there listening and feeling, and that pressure builds, and you almost think you can make out a word. It's not quite a word, it's an emotion. It's almost like a feeling. It's a feeling of hunger. And you can kind of just feel that wash over you. It's almost like repetition or just emotion being broadcast to you, and you hear it. And you feel it inside you, this hunger.
And then a little hungry morsel taps you on the waist, and you look down and you want to devour.
That is some fucked up synesthesia.
Yes, my delicious friend. What can I do? I mean, hi.
As you say that, I vomit on you. Projectile vomit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling very well.
I'll share the information that I recall from my survival favorite: hives, aggression,
acidic,
acid,
hunger.
Yep.
So what do we know about this enemy? What do we do to kill it?
You're from what's your character's name again, Joe?
Brad.
Zyphos.
No, not yours, Sean.
Sorry.
Zyphos.
Say it again. Zyphos. From Zyphos's description of this, they're not real well known. It's a recent infestation that has occurred in a couple places, and he's kind of been on the forefront of people starting to investigate this. Seems to be similar pattern: abductions of animals and villagers, a tunnel hive, and acidic creatures that fighting them, dangerous, strong creatures full of acid. Try not to be near them when they get cut up.
My feels that file sometimes can be used to deter. So that is something that we do not want to use up as a useless tool, because it could be important for us to save ourselves.
I'm sorry, did you say fire?
File is something that has been known to deter them at times.
Yes. I think you're saying file?
File?
File, yes. Like
the burning things that is this torch.
Ah.
Oh, not
file.
Not like the academics. They keep their things in order.
Yes.
In files.
That was actually my concern.
I actually have some files here in my tools.
Wonderful.
It is good for organization as well.
Hey,
I've become more confused, honestly.
I know I just stumbled into your conversation, but I actually have a piece of torn clothing at that door right there.
I'm sorry, is that your clothing?
Let me fire that away in my memory.
I believe that is the doorway we need to go down, which is also convenient because it is still technically on the left.
That's true. Of the 6, it would be the middle left one.
Yes.
Is there anything about the clothing that any of us would recognize?
This is the first.
Yeah, is it embroidered with Bob? No, Dan. Is it embroidered with Dan? That would be helpful.
I hope it's not Bob.
But it does look like winter, kind of like ranger gear. You can see this as someone who's out in this area wearing this. This is human gear, and the first piece of kind of human gear you've seen in this, or at least humanoid gear in this area.
And his mother didn't stitch the word Dan in the back of his...
No, there's no name tag.
God damn it.
Wait a minute. Does it look like it was cut or severed in some way?
It appears that it was torn.
Does it appear that it was torn by mandibles or by strength?
It could have been mandibles. It could have been mandibles. Could have been child doubles. Really,
Lady balls.
it could have been any kind of
Dibbles.
double,
Can I?
which is not to be confused with the bears.
Can,
Because
what
I thought
percent is this new fruit beer?
Like 5.5.
Okay.
It's not much.
Can
I
I,
have
as a
heard-
because there is a serious possibility that Dan has started leaving us tatters in order for us to find him. He is a smart and crafty man, and he would not want to die without me getting to see it.
Then then I would recommend that we proceed.
It's about time I injured you, you bastard. As many times as I've spit water in my keyboard because of you.
All right. So if I'm understanding, if I can summarize from what your idiots are talking about, too, you guys have decided that you're gonna head down the tunnel with the piece of torn leather with it.
yes,
Okay.
Yes.
and we'll still do
So-
the chalk facing back.
Understood.
I wanted to ask, as a druid, if it was possible for me to internalize the scent on the armor. I'm not currently in wolf form, but I am a druid who is regularly in wolf form.
I would offer you the option of bringing it with you, and if you were to shift forms into any animal with
Sure.
enhanced scent, you could do it then.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to carry this for you? Because I seem to have a backpack for all the gear that I didn't bring with me.
Absolutely. I loathe carrying things myself. Do you want to carry the rest of my pack as well?
No, I'd prefer not to.
I heard that your pack just grows as we travel, so it may be fine to take it.
Well,
It's-
right now it's pretty light, but who knows what could happen?
All right. As
I
you
love this
begin-
crew.
As you begin down this tunnel, particularly windy, I need you as a party to make a stealth roll again. If you're proficient in it, you may roll it normally. If you're not proficient in it, roll it at disadvantage. And I need a group stealth check for this.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I rolled a 7?
777. This is
All right.
these are the Lord's rolls.
Holy crap.
And you're still in front, Kevin?
No, I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. We're gonna go with that. As you move down a little bit further into this tunnel, you get to a segment, and it just so happens that this segment there is a vertical tunnel shaft as well as a horizontal tunnel shaft, and you kind of almost fall into that. Like you're stumbling it, you don't see it in time. You kind of stumble out of the way, and you kind of bounce off the walls a little bit. All your equipment goes rattling. The rack of weapons that you didn't bring would have made it even worse. The fact you have the whip made it a little less loud than it would have been had you brought the whole rack, but it is good that just that. And then your party kind of like hears you and they're like, someone shouts, "Everything okay?" And at that moment, I need you all to roll me initiative.
How
and
far
just get
behind me are they? I thought they were like 10
15
feet
foot.
behind me.
Can we have a map with?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Roll
getting you there in
initiative.
just a second. I think you should be able to see
I
a
see
map.
me.
Yes.
Okay. We need
Okay.
to spread you guys out as you've said, and I will. The way you've come is the way that
Ooh, baby.
the position that Joe is in, and the way you're headed is to the left, as you said. So I will move you guys roughly where I'd imagine you be. This the path in this, your characters will snap to the right spot, so it's a little bit visually weird. But basically, it's a 5x5. Your character space is a 5x5. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And let me give you a little bit more reveal of this.
Is Joe's character actually like small size? Is that why his token's small?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
I'm actually small. I get to hide behind people.
Okay, so you probably come from there, basically, of that. And
I
you
did
guys,
not see what there was.
I didn't ping it. I just revealed. So there should be
Okay.
fog of war removed.
Yep.
Okay. I can't tell what you guys can see because all I can see is the DM view, and I'm not sure what I think of that quite yet.
You can hit. You can
We don't
select
see
raw
much.
tokens, and you can hit Control L
To
and then you
delete
can
them?
No, then you can see what we see.
Oh, control. If I select a token to hit Control L,
Yep.
didn't do anything.
Control L.
Yeah, I didn't do a goddamn thing. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not important to what's about to befall you. So,
Joe,
three
you
of you-
need to click on your token when you roll, or you can transfer it in.
Yep. So you guys are something like that.
How do
You're
I add my initiative to that now?
Okay.
You have my default name from the character sheet on here.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to change that.
That's no big deal.
I can only see my name, and it's not the right one. But that's
yeah,
it.
you guys both updated it later, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
No worries.
no big
What are you asking, Joe? Click on
So
select your character with the top device on the bar for the toolbar should be an arrow. Click on your character, and then click on the initiative in your sheet again. You have to have your guys selected so it will add to the turn order. You with me?
start over. What was that again?
Okay. Use on the toolbar on the top left of your screen. Select the arrow at the top left of it. You see that?
Yes.
Now click on your character.
Yes.
Okay. Now click your initiative roll again, and it will add you to the turn order.
You're saying make a fresh roll.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then he
make a
can
fresh
edit it.
Oh.
Okay, and now edit it. So
Okay.
click on the box and backspace and then re-enter. So, okay. All right. So again, this is this little area here is a little bit wider. I'll try to ping for you guys in a second. See if my pings will come out of this. Is this probably not in the right thing?
I got
Okay.
that.
This area is a
Yep.
little bit wider. That's looks like about 10 foot wide here, but the corridors are 5 foot wide for this, and this is all rough terrain.
Oh, sweet.
All right, and I guess I should be doing things too, shouldn't I? So this is the initiative orders. I guess I need to.
Filthy, is there something out here? Because we're standing beside. Looks like beside a tunnel, but
Yeah. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
You can see up here as well.
and we came from the south.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if there's a little bit more that we could see, we might know whether there's a fallback we need to do.
Yeah, you came from this area here.
Would have been here. Oh,
No.
well, why'd we turn right? That's why this has gone wrong.
Turn left.
Turn left, bro.
From here, that's a left, but now we're in a tunnel to the right.
Well,
Off of
your commander and you have different ideas of what left is. I think that's part of the problem. And then I need to. All right, let me just drag some stuff around. Sorry. This is the slow shit. Okay. From behind Brad, you see two creatures kind of just pop out of various alcoves, tunnels, etc. in the area that you've just passed from. And then Kevin, you see something directly in front of you, and I will push these to the correct layer now. Okay, you guys seeing them show up?
one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. That one did not keep its size
Did
correctly.
they get in base contact with me?
Yeah. They're basically
Oof.
either on the roof or coming off the corridor side. This whole oval that you're walking in is essentially a pathway for them, both top and bottom. They're not limited to the kind of ground surface that you guys are, and it's very difficult to see them against the natural kind of background of this. So yeah,
Wonderful.
they are in base contact with you basically as they pop out. I think the one up front up on Kevin would be just a little bit further back, but that's the rough the rough element of this. All right. And I need to make some initiative rolls, and I can't select my characters for some fucking reason, so I'll figure that out, and then we'll do that.
Maybe they're in our control. That'd be good.
No, it's because I'm in the wrong layer. I moved them layers. So you're in the GM layer. You move them to the token layer, and now I can no longer select them again, which is hilarious. All right. Okay. All
There
right.
is a shortcut to transfer you and them, but
Yeah, it's
been too long.
I really loved. I really enjoyed the DMing in person I did, but it's just not clearly something we can do for that. So let me add this one to the initiative order. And did it add? It did add. Great.
Yes.
And these guys. Okay, and they are different ones. So the two behind you guys are clearly different than the one in front. The one that Kevin has stumbled upon is a mature version, while the other two are smaller and less mature. The one near Kevin is larger, bulkier, a little bit harder to see, seems a little bit heavier as a creature. The two behind are thinner, smaller, and seem to be not fully grown. Just to put that out there. And get them going here. Okay. All right, and then I need to sort this by, I wonder if I can add. And almost ready, and we will get going. All right. And how did I order this? Let's see. Is there a descending? There we go. Okay. Can you guys see them on the order and you
Yes.
guys on the order as well?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. Okay. So Brad is up first.
Yep. Wonderful. I'm going to dodge action, I think.
Okay. Okay.
That might be what I'm going to do.
Looks good to me.
Yeah. All right, that's my turn.
All right. Next up is the one on the bottom right. It will kind of drop down out of the roof onto the ground and take a swipe at you. And let's see if this will roll. I think it's hidden rolls, but let's double check. Okay. Does a 17 hit you?
Is that with disadvantage?
Yes, it is.
A 17 hits me.
Okay. It hits you for 12 slashing.
Okay.
Okay. So as it swipes at you, you attempt to dodge, but it's fast. These little ones are very quick. And it gets a chunk of your arm as it swings.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Kevin. You have the larger one. This is the one similar to what you saw in the darkness. The large, almost banana-shaped skull, kind of standing, like drops down, hisses at you, and lunges for you. And what do you do?
I think I might as well, in this situation, just start beating it. I was hoping for a little bit of like motion, since that's what I'm built for. But tunnels are good.
Okay.
So I guess 2 attacks. First attack goes like that.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
All right, I'm going to dump a key strike into it. A stunning strike. That's 1 key point.
Okay.
You've got to roll con or be stunned.
Okay. I guess I could roll these. I'm rolling them hidden, but I'm going to keep rolling them hidden. Okay. So I need to. It's a con save.
Yep, I linked it.
I hit a 9. What do I need to hit?
Be telling me that's a key save, I suppose. Is that right?
Yeah, but
the
it's going to be.
DC.
That would be. Hang on a sec. That's DC 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom. Sorry, so that's 8 plus 3 plus 3?
14.
14?
Okay. So this guy is going to be stunned. Okay.
So
For
that's
1.
my first attack.
Okay.
So now he is stunned, right? That gives me advantage.
So did you get
Oh,
damage?
I got to do
off
damage.
that?
Right, I got to do damage on that. Sorry. So that's damage.
Okay. Can you roll me a d6, please?
If I can remember how.
//R.
XR 1d6.
Or
Okay.
there's a cool feature in Roll20 now where you can just roll a dice out of the menu over on the right.
Yeah, I've got that, and I thought I would try to do it the technical way.
Okay. So you punch it and catch it in some artery or blood clot element of it, and you paralyze it with this hit, and it sprays this wash of acid out of it as you hit this, and you get sprayed for 6 acid damage. And that's a crit. That's the 6 on that. I need you to just keep track of this. If you get two of these in a combat, I want to know. Okay, 2 6s in a combat.
All right, I'm going to put that under a death save.
Okay.
So I just lost 6?
Yep.
I'm not so fond of hitting these things.
Okay.
So second attack then. I have an advantage now because he's stunned.
Correct. Okay, that definitely hits.
For
Okay.
another 4, and I wonder if I want to do anything with that. I don't think so. And so I'm going to go ahead and use another key for a flurry, so I get 2 bonus.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to take my single bonus.
What is the stun attack? Is that just a rider that you can attach to any of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I linked it up there. I'll link it
Okay,
again.
got it. No, I see it. Okay.
Okay. So just my normal unarmed as my bonus.
Okay.
At advantage. So
All
that
right.
hits.
That's going to hit as well. Yep. So all 3 of these attacks hit. You do another 7 on top of what you've done already. And I need you to make 2 more d6 rolls, please.
Every time I touch him?
Every time you hit him.
Oh, that's super crappy.
And every time we touch it.
Okay, take another 4.
I'm going to kill myself before he has a chance to attack me.
He doesn't get a chance to attack you. You stunned him.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah. All right. Next up is, I think this is Sean.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you make any noise, motion? You can move too. I guess I jumped your turn. Do you have anything else you want to do after hitting him?
Yeah, I think I'm going to back off of him.
Okay.
Is that still 10 feet?
Yes, you're still 10 feet. It's awkward with this. Your character is 5 foot, so you can, if you drag it with the measuring tool, it will show accurately. Basically, the small squares are 2.5.
Right. So I've moved 10.
You're still in whip range if that's what you're asking. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And if you want, because you have a reach weapon, this is a melee acid spray. This is from the impact of hitting him. You could be whipping him at 10 foot and potentially staying out of that spray. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured out after the round. Yeah.
Got it. You were just testing to see if it would hit you in melee all 3 times.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because 20 points of damage is nothing to me. No,
Gotcha.
10. Sorry, 6, 3, 3.
10 on your turn. Right. Okay. Sean, what are you up to?
I am going to. Let's see what this is.
God, I hate myself for doing that. I'm sorry. Let me just briefly explain this area. This is very similar. The terrain is very similar seeing it's a slight opening in this area, and there is as I said, a vertical tunnel shaft in there. But other than that, this is very similar to the terrain you've gone through. But I hate it when DMs don't describe the environment you're fighting in. This is loose earth, rocks, this material on the walls, etc. But the basic material that we've been describing as you go down. If there's stuff you want to use in the terrain, please let me know.
Okay, so I'm going to, in what would be this cube here, going back the other way,
Okay.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Get you a card.
Sure. Okay.
So they need to make a dex save.
Did you hit both of them?
Yeah, it hits both of them.
Okay, perfect.
DC is 15.
All right. They both fail.
Okay, so they both light up. Let's call them blue. So they are now creating light.
Okay.
And any attacks against them have advantage.
Perfect.
And I will also, I'll look up at Kevin, who's a little bit beat up, and I'll throw him an inspiration.
Would you like to
No,
add some words with that?
I wouldn't, because I didn't
Okay.
prepare things like that for this.
Okay. Anything that Kevin thus far has inspired in you personally? You could make this out of character. I'd be happy to hear anything you wanted to direct at him as inspiration.
Hey, don't fucking burn.
That's, I think, fairly inspiring in that moment. After getting splashed in your face 3 or 4 times with acid, you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. I should try that.
And what does that inspiration do for me?
I will link it in chat. There you go, Bardic Inspiration.
You have a D8 to be used on a ability check, attack roll, or a saving throw.
Wow. Sweet.
All right. Okay. Do you want to move or do anything else, Sean?
Hell no, I'm about as safe gets right where.
Okay. Then it is Joe.
Are dwarves also small creatures, small-sized creatures?
No, dwarves are not. Dwarves are medium. Halflings are small, though.
That's correct.
I think halflings can pass through
They can.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, by looking at how much damage the dwarf has taken, is it worthwhile for me to jump through and in front?
You can deal damage some way. I'm dodge actioning, so if you can deal it at range, that's sensible, probably.
I really don't have much range that I can do.
Or you can
think
dip in and out, maybe? I don't know.
I believe small creatures have the ability to move through the spaces of larger creatures.
Yeah, so I can move in.
Though, yeah, you could, and if you're, yes, you could, well, you can certainly move through your ally. You can always move double terrain, to double cost to do that. But you can also move through their spaces. At least the one on the right is small. The one on the left is medium. So the one on the left, you could move through its space if you had a desire to, just putting that out.
I might do that, actually.
Okay. All right, let me just reveal more of that map for you. Okay. Okay. So you're going to move through its space to the left, okay?
Yeah, it says, well, I have the natural stealthy attempt at, nimbleness. Can move through the space of any creature that is of any size larger.
Okay.
And I suppose I stab.
Also going to rapier it, okay?
And you have advantage.
Yes, it is currently lit up by a fairy fire spell, so you have advantage on your attacks versus it.
Okay. I also have an extra attack, and I have main hand and offhand.
Okay.
With 2 weapon fighting, so I get to add my dexterity damage to the offhand as well.
Have you set up macros to do that? It's very easy to do that. If you this is first to roll 20. Okay, at some point I'll show you. You can go ahead and roll those. So what is your dex modifier?
It's +4.
And what's proficiency at this level? Is it 3 or 4, guys?
3.
Okay, so your attack rolls are d20 plus 7, I think it was. You said 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your modifier to hit, and your damage roll will be it's the range of the dice plus
There's a much easier way to do this.
I think I have it typed in. I want to just see if this works.
Yeah. the compendium, you can just click and drag. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. 26 definitely hits that. All right, so you jab it in one of the pieces of it where its armor doesn't properly cover, probably near one of the joints, and get a chunk out of that. You want to roll damage?
That's wrong. Hang on.
Yeah, you
Can
actually
Can
wanna
I do the
click
damage roll from that or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
click
you
where
click
it says
toward-
rapier.
Oh,
I'm down on
There we go.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice. Okay, 11 piercing. Are you all okay? So you poke a hole in a creature full of acid, in its arm, and it surprisingly sprays acid at you as it happens. It's not something it's doing. It's just the function of the way you wounded it. So I need you to roll me a d6. And you can take your second and third attack as well if you like. Okay. Okay.
Gotta say, I was pretty excited about the first D6 I rolled.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
Woo! Rolled a 6. Never mind.
Yeah, that was
I didn't realize I was rolling my own damage.
All right, 22 hits
on
as well. Yep. You can roll for damage. Okay.
Jesus.
Nice.
Okay.
Another D4, I'm assuming.
Yep.
D6. I mean.
D6. Ooh, okay.
Ouch.
Take 6 and please keep track of that. You can use a death save for now. We'll come back to it if we have to.
An 18.
That just hits.
8.
All right. Is that your third attack? Is this your? Do you have 4 attacks or 3?
It should be 4 total, yeah.
Okay, so this is still one of the normal ones. This is not your off, right?
Yes, this would be the second of the normal one.
Third of the normal. You've already attacked 3 times.
Well, no, because I get 2 attacks and I get main hand, offhand, main hand, off.
No, you only get your offhand once.
Oh, so then okay, so then this is my last attack then. Sorry.
Okay, but the damage is different for the offhand because it doesn't add the what is it not? It doesn't add agility modifier, right?
It does because I have 2 weapon fight.
Oh, you have 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah, he has the feat.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Then that's totally fine. Okay, so it takes another 8, and you need to roll one more d6.
Ugh.
Okay, you've taken huge chunks out of this thing. This is
It's
one of
also
the
taking
smaller
huge
ones.
chunks out of me.
Yes. Yep, it has. Okay. All right. So let me just take a quick look. All right. So.
And I don't think that stun falls off until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so that creature is just kind of swaying there as that's happening. And then there is something else that occurs. How do I back this up? Is there a way to go back on the turn order? Do you know?
No, you just have to cycle.
You click through it, I think.
That's ridiculous. Okay, well, I'll just do that in moments then. All right.
I hope Dan is showing up. That would help.
Yeah, it's totally Dan. You should count on that. In this moment, as that is occurring, one more creature comes down off the ceiling and attempts to grapple Sean. And I need you, Sean, to make a athletics or acrobatics check. Your call. Okay. It attempts to grab you, and you manage to kind of dodge free as it does it, and then it attempts once more.
Would I, just out of curiosity, I feel like it's jumping out from some place that I can't see it. If it's coming out of that area, would I need to roll that at disadvantage?
No.
For being surprised. Okay.
Nope, this is fine. And there's one more coming your way now. So if you could roll again.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. This time it grabs you, and it is attempting to wrap you in a combination of its arms and tail, and it currently has you grappled.
Okay.
Okay. And then we will move forward. Okay, so then it's the stunned one, so he doesn't get a turn. And then it's the other immature one. It is pretty broken here. It will attack you, Joe.
Okay.
And what is your AC? It rolled a 8.
16.
Okay, it does not hit you. So it swipes
Yay.
at you.
I didn't take any
and-
damage. Just
Nice.
when I attack it, it does the damage to me. That's
All right, and that brings us to the top of the turn, which is Brad.
All right. Do you want to take a break now or do another round?
Either way, what do you guys prefer? I'm happy to get another beer.
It's been 15 minutes since recording.
Perfect. Okay, let's take a break now.
Yeah, okay.
All right, quick break, guys. Back in a minute.